Hi everyone. If you find this source and to watch this presentation, which means that you are interested in our Chinese Health Authority's GMP inspection, or your company will be inspected by Chinese Health Authority. So I have to say that you are very lucky enough and congratulations because you find the best results to know the China GMP inspection. So let's go into this presentation and see what's mentioned inside. So I'm Yunke Huang, and this slide named NMPA Overseas GMP Inspection, and I come from Beijing Kenny Consulting Company, and welcome to browse our website to find more resources about Chinese Health Authorities inspection. So for this presentation, it includes 4 parts. For the first one, it is about the introduction about Chinese Health Authorities inspection procedure. The part 2 is about the cultural difference between China and the other areas, especially the European and the Americans. Part 3 is about how to prepare for Chinese GMP inspection. And the last part is about how to make a CAPA response report. So now let's take a look of the part 1. So in 2011, Chinese Health Authority, named NMPA, began its overseas inspection, which means that before 2011, there was no GMP inspection performed or implemented by Chinese Health Authority, which means that as long as the overseas pharmaceutical company, when they submitted their registration dossier and approved by Chinese Health Authority, they can export their products to China. However, Chinese Health Authority realized the importance of the GMP inspection, so they began their GMP inspection overseas since 2011. So this is a bar chart about an annual inspection situation. So we can see from this bar chart from 2011, Chinese Health Authority began its overseas GMP inspection. In 2014, Chinese Health Authority increased the number of the companies who will be inspected almost twice as the year before. And the number of the companies who will be inspected by Chinese Health Authority increased since then. In 2016, there were about 49 products which were planned to be inspected at that year. However, the result is very surprising. Only 7 of the 49 products were inspected manually. So later, I have some further details to talk about this and the situation, as well as the background. So in 2017, there were about 39 products were planned to be inspected at that year. But at the end, there were about 51 products were inspected manually. In 2018, there were about 29 products were planned to be inspected at that year. However, In that year, Chinese Health Authority reorganized, and there were very few of the products or companies were inspected at that year, and most of the products or companies planned at that year were postponed to the next year. Which means that in 2019, the planned products which will be inspected by Chinese authority were very, very small. Okay, let's take a look of the background of the Chinese Health Authority's GMP inspection in 2016. So, there are total 40 chemicals were involved at that year, including injections, solid dosage forms, implants, and nasal sprays, in which there were 3 biochemical products, 7 APIs by extended inspection, and 11 bioproducts, which includes vaccines, blood products, and the therapeutic biological products, as well as 4 botanical drugs. Due to the change in relevant foreign affairs and the production arrangements of the enterprises, the Chinese Health Authority approved the inspection tasks of 37 varieties, of which the inspection tasks of 15 varieties have been completed, of which on-site inspection was conducted on 7 varieties, and 3 of them failed, which accounts for 42% of all the varieties inspected at that year. The enterprises of 8 varieties proactively withdrew the import registration certificates or had their application returned during the organization of the inspections, which accounts for about 17% of total annual plan. For the other 21 varieties, due to production scheduling of enterprises, the inspection is scheduled to be completed in the first quarter of 2017. For the other 12 varieties, because the enterprises cannot accept inspection in the first quarter of 2017, CFDI has reported to the Department of Drug and Cosmetics Supervision of the Chinese Health Authority to include them in the inspection plan of 2017. So here we can see some information from this pie chart. So for the left, on the left, for the right part, it is the inspections in the first quarter of 2017, which were about 21, account for 44% of the planned inspections in 2016. And 12 of them were listed as the candidates in 2017. The cancellation of approval number or return of application, as well as some variation. This accounts for about 17% of total planned inspections of 2016. So actually, in 2016, there were only about 7 on-site inspections, and in which only 4 of them passed the inspection, and 3 of them failed in the inspection, which accounts almost half of the number which were inspected in 2016. So in 2017, the on-site inspection were planned. There were about 51 products, and the number of failed inspections were 9, which accounts 18% of total inspections happened at that year. So there were about 8 products triggered to cancel or postponed, which means that the company withdraw of product approval number or registration application, or the company requests to postpone due to facility decommissioning, site or API change application, etc. So this is the bar chart about the implemented situation of the GMP inspection in 2017. So from this bar chart, we can see that there were about 29 on-site GMP inspection happened in 2017, and 22 of all the products were delayed or transferred from the year of 2016, and 8 of all the products requested for postponed, and 2 of all the products the company were not inspected due to the visa postpone or some visa problem. So next, let's take a look of the Chinese Health Administration and her affiliated institutions. So first, the Chinese Health Authority. The full name is National Medical Products Administration. So just like I mentioned, in 2018, the Chinese Health Authority reorganized and also changed the name from CFDA to NMPA. And one of her affiliated institution is CFDI, the Center for Food and Drug Inspection. Another one is CDE, the Center for Drug Evaluation. So which means that this body will evaluate your registration dossier and approve your products come to Chinese market. The last one is about the NIFDC, which means the National Institute for Food and Drug Control, which who will perform the test for your products once your products come into Chinese market. So this is a very simple organization of NMPA. So NMPA is the top organization or top of the Chinese health organization or administration, and there are some affiliated organizations report to NMPA. The first one is about CFDI. The second one is NIFDC, Chinese Pharmacopoeia, Center for Drug Evaluation, as well as others. So, just like we know that Chinese Health Administration, the NMPA, have lots of affiliated organizations, and which body or which institutions will perform or implemented the GMP inspection overseas. So now let's take a look the combination of inspection team. So first one, Center for Food and Drug Inspection, the CFDI, is responsible for the implementation of the overseas inspection. CFDI is the main body to implement the Chinese overseas GMP inspection. In addition, the inspection team may also be composed by the other inspectors or experts from different institutions, such as NMPA, Provincial CFDI, NIFDC, CDE, as well as others. So, in a very typical or very normal inspection team, the inspectors may come from these institutions or organizations. So, this is a basic flow of CFDI inspection overseas. So first one, in the year before, CFDI will evaluate the products imported from overseas on Chinese markets to see which product should be or must be inspected in the next year. And then they will form a list. And after they prepare this list, the CFDI will submit this inspection list to NMPA. So after NMPA get this inspection list, the NMPA will review it. After reviewing, if NMPA have some comments, so NMPA will ask CFDA to make some modification or updates. So after reviewing, the NMPA will approve this inspection list for the next year. So after NMPA approve the inspection list for the next year, CFDI will call a communication meeting with the companies who manufacture the products which are listed on the inspection list by CFDI. And in these communication meetings, the companies who will be inspected will have some communication or get some information from CFDI. And then after that meeting, the companies will give CFDI two proposed inspection dates for the next year's inspection, all the same year's inspection. And then CFDI will prepare their inspection schedule. After that, the CFDI will notify the companies the inspection date and to confirm with the companies whether the date for inspection is available or not. So once the company confirmed with CFDI of the proposed inspection date, next the inspection preparation is begin. So before the inspection, all the relevant works should be prepared for the inspection. And then 1 or 2 days before the inspection, so we call it the inspection eve. So we have some special or some recommendations about what you should do in the inspection eve, because this is very, very important. And after that, the inspection begins and they continue till the end of the on-site inspection. But the end of the on-site inspection doesn't mean that it is the end of the overseas inspection for this company. So after the inspection, when the inspection team go back to China, they will prepare an inspection report and list all the findings which are found during the on-site inspection. And then the company should prepare the CAPA response reports within the days required by CFDI. So after the CAPA response report is prepared, it should be submitted to CFDI for review. So after review, if CFDI approve all the CAPAs mentioned in the CAPA response reports, the inspection can be treated as closed. If not, the company may get some trouble. And there are several kinds of results. I will tell you about some of the results in my next slides.
First of all, thank you for listening our lessons. And I'm going to introduce Beijing Kenny Consulting Company for you. Beijing Kenny Consulting Company was founded in 1998, which is a Beijing-based consultants focusing on regulatory compliance of drugs, healthy food, and cosmetics in China and abroad. Beijing Kenny Consulting Company joined in Hangzhou Tiger Group in 2014. Over past 22 years, Kenny has become one professional consulting company comprised of skilled and experienced individuals with standard procedures and stable customer bases. Certainly, we are the largest consultants focusing on RA of healthy products in China. Our services including 6 parts, which are GMP compliance and certification, NMPA trusteeship services, regulatory affairs in China, all year-round consultation, regulatory affairs worldwide, and meeting and training. As you can see on the slide, it shows a part of our customers. If you have any questions in your work or you want to cooperate with Kenny, please contact us.